Hello.
Happy Halloween almost.
Happy almost Halloween. One of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah.
And I mean, because I'm Batman. Oops, I always do
Batman.
I am Batman. I'm Batman.
I did my skeleton dress. It's like a floor length.
Oh, I love that. I'm
so
like, we have to show off the outfit.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it's got the giant sleeves, so I get it into everything. Yes. But I can kind of use it as a pocket, so I love that. And my mask is actually a bat. You can't hardly tell, but
mine is nothing. I just grabbed it because I didn't want to do makeup, and my eyes look super tired, and because we're heading towards the election.
Yes, we are. It's almost here, but Halloween's first.
Halloween is first.
It's one of my favorite holidays. And
actually, the Joe Jorgensen rally is first.
That's the same
Friday.
And then after that, you can celebrate Halloween.
Maybe for I think I have it scheduled that Tracy and I have 2 hours that we can have dinner and watch something.
Oh my God.
And then I gotta go back
at the same time. Let's eat and watch a movie. Good. You have to do something fun. I know you're going through a really stressful time getting ready for election stuff. And if anybody deserves to have a little fun, it's you.
Tis the season for stressfulness, because I know you're having lovely times as well.
Yes. This week, I'm trying to get ready for this. Actually, it's an international conference. I keep calling it national, but it's the first year they've done it virtually. So I'm getting all my presentation stuff turned in. And oh man, I've had so many technical problems this week. It makes me want to pull out all my hair. But luckily I have wigs. So if I do.
Right, you pulled out all your hair. And then you can wear a wig.
I just wear this and I look fashionable and awesome.
You do.
But once we get through this next week, I think things will be looking up. So I know after the election, a lot better for me.
I'm excited. I think we're gonna have a lot of libertarian victories.
Yay! I hope so too. I think that's gonna. I you know what? I know it. We're gonna have a lot of libertarian victories, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a great election.
We have some really, really great candidates. The campaigns they have run have been fantastic. We've seen some really spectacular ballot access work that's being done. So many new members are coming into the party. The rallies that are being held across the country have always pushed, to the upper limit of what the allowable numbers are. And a lot of these people are brand new to the party. So, this is exciting. Every time candidates run, whether it's at local level, your state level, federal office, whatever it is, their campaign brings in new people to the party. New people are hearing, what a libertarian solution is. So it's pretty exciting.
That is such a great thing. Oh, there's Jardy Hall. He's giving us emoji.
Oh, he's giving us the emoji love.
And the pumpkin. That's a jack-o'-lantern. And a bat. The bat. Yes. Yes. And we need to find a skeleton. If you can find one, then we have it all our costumes are covered then. I think there might be one. I'd have to look, but I thought I remember. It might be a zombie, but I'd say that's close enough.
Zombies would be good.
Zombies, it's like Walking Dead,
Zombies are always good.
Yes, I always like zombies too. They're fun. And one of my all-time favorite horror movies is Dawn of the Living Dead. Oh, there we go.
Yay, thank you.
Yay. So our costumes are covered in emojis. And then this is probably the zombie one. Yep, there you go. You are the king of emoji today. That is very nice. There's so many like Halloween ones. It's kind of awesome. Oh,
so what are your favorite Halloween movies?
Okay, this is kind of crazy.
Could be shows.
Okay. Do you want TV shows or do you want movies? Because if I'm going through movies, there's some different genres. I have, like Dawn of the Living Dead. It's the one in the shopping mall with the zombies. And I like the original one, King of Emoji. King equals, wait, is it, you are more than the king? Yes, you are more king of the emoji than king of the libertarians. But does that lead to king of the libertarians? It's hard to say. You could be. It could be a stop. But no. Okay, so another one that I love is Cabin in the Woods. It's actually kind of makes fun of horror movies, but it has like all the horror movies kind of mishmashed in it. And I love that. It's such a good movie. If people haven't seen it, they should check that out. What is that one called? Tucker and Dale versus the Evil. I love funny horror movies because there's a part of me that actually gets really scared by gory. I mean, I can watch gory stuff, but I like it to be funny gory instead of gross gory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. So like the horror movie that scared me the most was Hellraiser.
Oh, Hellraiser is so scary.
Because it was so frightening that you could just be playing with something that looks like a Rubik's Cube, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're being tortured with no hope of escape. You're just going to be tortured. No reason, just random.
As a person who loves puzzles, that freaked me the hell out because I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. And then I'm in hell.
Right?
That would freak me the hell out.
Yeah, so I didn't like that. To me, that's like, I think Hellraiser and Alice in Wonderland is the same movie.
Oh, God, yeah. It kind of is.
It's the same movie.
It's like a horror version of that. Actually, I think you're right, too. I think that's exactly what it is.
Same movie.
Alice goes into the underworld. And
Alice in Wonderland scared the shit out of me.
Well, and then it makes total sense to go as a horror movie then. And why that scares you so much, because you were scared by Alice in Wonderland. So it's the perfect horror movie to scare the shit out of you. I mean, in our house, we are Evil Dead fanatics. So, I mean, I have to say Evil Dead, it's by law. And I think
I don't even consider that a horror movie. I know it is.
I know. I think of it as just fun and campy. But the Evil Dead 2.
It's like a fantasy adventure movie.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, Army of Darkness is totally campy.
Yeah.
Whereas Evil Dead 1 and 2 are more horror because the way they approach it. But they're still they have the kind of unrealistic, puppets, you have the deer that's talking and you got the lady coming out of the basement, spoiler alert. Scary shit, but at the same time, it didn't scare me that much because I think it has a level of silliness to it. Because I'd be like, ha ha ha, that wouldn't happen. Whereas,
say hello to my boomstick.
Oh my God, yes, we have quite the collection in our house. We love Bruce Campbell, and I mean, that it's not scary to me in that way, but I love the funniness, and it's why I liked Nightmare on Elm Street was so scary and gross, but I love Freddy Krueger being so funny, and he had those campy one-liners. And I know they tried to remake it lately, but the new version wasn't funny and campy, so it's they missed the point. So
yes, they did. They didn't get it.
Although those movies scared the shit out of me because the whole idea that something can get you in your dreams and there's nothing you can do. I'm like,
oh my God. That reminds me of a movie that just, holy cow, not only freaked me out, but freaked my husband out.
Really? What was that?
The Grudge.
Oh, yeah. Those were weird as hell.
Shit. Because you're supposed to be safe when you hop in bed, right?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to be crawling under the blankie up your bed.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. We hit that part and my husband and I just looked at each other like,
no.
Oh my God.
Okay, the rule is the blanket is the safe zone. It's got a magical power that if you put the blanket over your head, nothing can get you.
Exactly.
But if you the blanket with you, what the hell do you do?
I don't know.
I think that's unfair, and they should. That's a violation of the horror rules. So
It
the
is.
grudge should be punished for
They
that.
broke the rules.
I see
Oh God. Jared
Jared
says he was
said
5 when he watched Nightmare 1 and 2. Shut up and go away.
you can't have been 5. That makes I'm old. That's okay. It was I think the first one came out in the 80s, like 84 or something like that. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old. Okay. But I do love horror movies. I love the B movie quality to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone like way uphill, like quality of movies coming out now is so much better. I did see one that he mentioned, The Babysitter. I think that was the one on Netflix that I saw not too long ago. And they had a sequel, Babysitter 2. And I actually like both of those because it was just funny as hell. I mean, it didn't really make a lot of sense, but I love all the actors in it. And it was super cute. So I do think that was a really good one. Puppet Master. Those were ones with
I've never seen that one.
Puppet Masters, there's like about 8 of them. And they're hilarious and bad, but I love them because they have the little puppets come out and kill you. So if you have a doll thing, like you're afraid of little dolls, like Chucky movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that Puppet Master is quite cute. I like the original ones better because they kind of focused on the puppets a little bit more, and they're supposed to be like some sort of curse it's so long now. It's like a demonic thing that made it so they're actually the souls of people who are angry and they're getting revenge. Oh, look, Debbie Walker.
Yay!
Debbie, yay! So, I mean, I could talk about horror movies like all day. And I know our friend David's watching the Craft reboot, I think, tonight. Or they're having like a watch movie for that.
And they're doing like special cocktails and all that kind of stuff.
I think that's the thing I miss a lot is like having movie watching parties. I used to do that a lot more when I was younger. God, I love movies.
Oh my God, yeah. So I'm going to send you a couple photos, and I should have done this before we start.
Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. 2020 is the best horror movie. It's the cover of the movie poster is a dumpster that's on fire and blood coming out of the dumpster.
Oh my God.
And some murder hornets shooting out just for good measure.
So I sent you some photos.
Okay, I'm gonna
see if you can pop those up because I was in a horror movie.
He really was. Oh, you found pictures. Oh God. Okay.
And I found pictures. So this was a long time ago. This was when my son was like 3 and he's 30 now. And so it was a spoof on the Chucky movies, if you remember those, right? All the Chucky movies with like the Chucky dolls. But this was called Baby Beasley. And so I think I was in Baby Beasley 3.
3?
He did awesome. 2 of them, and then so it was Baby Beasley, the blood spilling baby. So it was a satanic rite, and I was about to be sacrificed. And you might remember that was my dining room back in Austin.
Oh my God, I do remember that.
Right. So a lot of the movie was filmed in my house too.
That's so awesome. Do you have a copy of it anywhere?
No, and no one can find a copy anymore.
That's too bad.
I know. Well, and the director died, and I think the masters were destroyed. So that's Baby Beasley at the end when he meets his terrible fate.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, I know. So that is my friend on the left, and he was the director. He was amazing.
What was his name?
It was a lot of fun. So I worked with him when I worked in KAL TV in Austin.
Cool.
And so then like he did these movies, and like one of the Baby Beasley movies had one version was a musical, and so it was a sing along. There I am. I'm
You look mad.
I'm squaring off against the devil worshiper who had resurrected Baby Beasley from the dead.
Though, I could see this in real life. You could handle yourself. You probably get a gun though. I mean, I don't see you having a knife.
No, I would not bring a knife to a gunfight.
Or to a doll fight.
Yeah.
That's the end of them. But I love this picture, Cara.
Well, and look how red my hair was back then.
It was so cute. I love your bangs too. See, like I got bangs today. I feel like I love that. I kind of want bangs now. I love this shirt even.
That's before I got old and wrinkled.
No, that was cute. You look at you. You're baby Cara here. I love that.
I know. It was baby Cara that was in Baby Beasley.
So Cara Schultz was in a horror movie back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Wait,
yeah.
Evan has horror movies?
Yes. And I haven't seen Evan's horror movies.
Are they on the interwebs? Can we
How would we view them, Jared?
Yes, if you could share a link
to let us know.
I would love to see them. Or if he doesn't want it for public consumption, send it in a message, because I don't know. I think I love to support other libertarians doing horror movies because that seems like the freaking coolest of the cool.
If any of you are in costume and you want to join us, just message us.
I always forget like some of our main points of our show until we're like scooting around and going, hey, yeah. By the way, do the thing that we wanted you to do. So I didn't even mention, since I'm still doing Sober October, today's beverage is the Hop Lark hop tea, and it is the black tea because I'm Batman. And this is the one that's the super hoppy one. Tastes the most like blue, if you're looking for that. But I think it's pretty good. It's got some caffeine. So I'm doing it. But, I am impervious to the effects of caffeine at night. So I will go to sleep.
I am not doing Sobertober. However, I have a lot of work I still have to do tonight after this.
So you don't want to go to sleep right away.
So I got to be like on my A game.
On your A game.
And so I'm also doing the sparkling hop tea, but the one I'm doing is the calm one. Oh, and so it has the citra for hop flower, and then it has chamomile for the tea.
I think that is my favorite out of the pack.
That's my favorite too.
I love that floral with it, and this one's the most beer tasting. If somebody really wants a powerful beer flavor,
but it is for sure.
But I think if I was going to just order a bunch more, I would get the chamomile one because I just like the way it tastes the best. It's a little more like tea, and I think that I wanted it a little bit less hoppy, I think. So
unless you're like super into IPAs.
You're
super into IPAs, then you'd want that one that Heather.
Oh yeah. This one's very good. I mean, they're all delicious. I'm impressed because
there's a white tea one, a green tea one.
Yeah, no sugar, no calories, and some of this has 70. Is it microgram or milligram of caffeine, and nothing else in it really. It's just carbonated water, and it's brewed with the hops.
Tea.
And tea.
All it is, it's tea.
And so lovely. I like it. It was Cara found it, so thank you, Cara, because I think it is awesome. It is one of those things. Oh, so this is what he says. I haven't seen any of them, so I'll tag him. Evan. Movies. Yes, we would like to. We could have a watch party. Wouldn't that be fun?
We could have a watch party.
We could have an unofficial watch party or an official Sweet Subversive watch party with.
So what are you doing for Halloween?
I am not doing much because as you know, it's like a pandemic, so there's hardly anything fun going on, and I live in a town where they're very serious about it. So we are doing scary movie night. And, we are eating some chocolate because we've decided since we're not going to have any trick-or-treaters this year, we're just going to trick-or-treat ourselves and go. I'll be in a costume and go trick-or-treat. And then Andy.
You don't think you're going to have any trick-or-treaters?
No, we hardly do anyway. And this, no, seriously.
We don't because we're in townhomes. But I can tell you they're absolutely doing trick-or-treating here.
Our town... they have pushed really hard to not have it, and it's bumming me out.
I think a lot of towns in Minnesota have pushed really hard to not have it, but people are still doing it anyway.
I'm gonna be ready for it. My expectations are low.
Because even people here that are pretty cautious, they're doing like they'll set the bowl out, or they're doing the treat tube, or whatever. But even people that are pretty cautious here, they're all like, yeah, kids are going trick or treating and my light's on. So
we usually
they've been discouraging it heavily. Like I sent you that
oh yeah,
little graphic of, they want you to do like a scavenger hunt inside your house.
Get that. It's freaking ridiculous, Cara. Here, I'll bring it up. Yeah, it's just, and they sent this out to everyone. I've seen it on Facebook too, and it made me kind of actually mad. I don't know why these things make me so mad, but
it makes you mad because it's stupid.
Find treats in your own home with the Halloween scavenger hunt.
And
I'll forget where I put them.
I mean, the stupidity is, so, when you're in the military, you're always taught, never give an order that people will not obey.
This is one.
Right? And the reason why you don't do that is because it breeds disrespect, and it also makes it more likely the next time you give an order that will be disobeyed, right? Because it's almost like, when you're at a kegger and you pee the first time, you broke the seal, now you got to pee all the time. Same premise, right? So, yeah, it's the same thing. And so people look at that. And so all along, for months and months now, we've been told what are activities you can take part in. Activities that are outside, when you're wearing a mask, and you can socially distance, which is exactly what trick-or-treating is. Like, trick-or-treating should have been the sweet spot for that. Like, it should have been like, yay, just make sure you don't go in a big group, and, incorporate your mask into your costume, or, whatever that is, right? That should have been the message. But, like, people look at this message, and you want to talk about people being red-pilled? Holy cow. I can't tell you the number of people that have seen those messages about trick-or-treating, and that was their moment where they just went, this is all bullshit. Yep. Like, I don't trust anything at this point. And it's like, what?
I know it's really hard to respect rules. And this is Halloween. This is something, you're taking everything away from little kids anyway. And now you expect people to follow this rule. And then, so people are going to start breaking this rule. What's the next rule? Then it's going to be more people breaking the next rule.
Exactly.
So eventually no one's going to be listening at all.
Exactly. It's silly. You don't, this is absolutely contradictory to everything that they've said.
Absolutely.
And so when they do something where it makes no sense whatsoever, none, that's when you have people go, bullshit, right? So that's why they're doing this whole thing of, you don't trick or treat, don't trick or treat. And I'm telling you, people are like, it's happening, and my light's on, and I'm giving out full-size Snickers, and what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, oh man, those are the houses you want to go to. Full-size Snickers houses. Those are people sent from the gods.
Exactly.
Honestly. Like,
but
nice.
No, this was just silly. They should have just said, like everything else, great that it's outdoors. Don't group up into groups, and incorporate your mask into your costume. And everyone would have been like, yeah, that makes total sense.
I'm wearing a mask.
Yes, we're wearing our masks for indoor safety.
For indoor safety. I always wondered, like, if you did that, like, there's some people who you can break their brain really easy. And they go, you need to wear a mask. And I'm like, what is this?
Right.
And they go, a mask? I'm wearing a mask.
Right. Wrong kind of mask, Heather.
They're like, it's covering the wrong part of your body. I'm like,
exactly. Yeah. But, and I mean, really, and a lot of kids' costumes have a mask anyway.
I remember when I was a kid, it was like full face masks even.
Exactly. Yeah. The ones on the little string and the whole bit. So
what more can we do?
Yeah. So I mean that would have been the thing. And then they're following it up with, and I know these were California guidelines for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
But you read those and again, you look at it and you think, that is just crazy. Like it would be better not to give any, it would be better for them to just say you can't have Thanksgiving than the guidelines that they gave. When you're giving guidelines of, well, you can have a few people over, but
no more than 3 households.
And they can only come inside to pee, but only if you sanitize your bathroom each time.
Yeah, and only for 2 hours maximum. Who's ever had a Thanksgiving that's lasted only 2 hours? Seriously.
So you better have that turkey done on time. You have everything ready on time.
You must, and you know what? If you're in a park, they say you can go to a park, but if you're in a park, you can't be too many in the park. How are you going to control that? Or hear this one: singing is discouraged.
I know.
But if you must sing, you have to wear a mask, and you must do it below a standard speaking voice.
Right.
Yeah.
So in other words, you have to act like you're singing Christmas carols in a Lutheran church. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. If you've ever been in a Lutheran church, you will get the joke, and that's funny because Lutherans can take the happiest song and make it into a very quiet funeral dirge.
We squish it down into all joyless music.
I know. And I was raised Lutheran, so
because we don't want to be too proud and go like, listen to me singing great. No, like I want to be the quietest person there.
They could have said, you can sing, but only like Lutherans.
And then they'll go, what's the point? Well, and I will say, as a former Lutheran, I grew up in a Lutheran church. We'd always get there, and the good seats were at the back of the church, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be as far away from the action as possible. And also, the people at the back of the church left first, so everyone got like out, so that way you could go and have breakfast. So, to me, it was like all about like, okay, we'll get this done so we can go have waffles.
Well, but here's the thing. Do you have a lot of singing at your Thanksgiving?
You know, I can't think of a single Thanksgiving song. So maybe the Adam Sandler was a Thanksgiving song. That's it. That's like
I can't say that we've ever sang a single song at Thanksgiving.
You know, but like maybe you have a musical family and they're just like singing songs about fall or something or gratefulness. Like I
want to have video of these families' Thanksgivings where they're singing.
And that's true because like that's a really weird specific thing to put in there. Like and don't sing. I'm like, who's singing Thanksgiving? I'm stuffing my face and watching football, you know? That's it.
Yeah, I'm going to eat until I feel like I'm going to die. And then I'm going to unbutton my pants and I'm just going to flop sideways off my chair onto the ground.
And go, and everyone in my whole family passes out.
That's what I'm going to do.
Even the cat, you know, everyone, cats and dogs.
I'll be doing it in Colorado again this year.
Yay! That'll be fun.
Yep. My husband and I are going to visit my son.
Yay! So I would say you're not in California though. So I was gonna say you can sing if you want, Cara.
Although they're headed back into lockdown, so we'll see.
Are they? Oh, I hope you make it before then. Like I hope they don't cut it off. I know today they said that I think it was France and Spain, or is it Germany? It was like one of those big three did lockdown today. So that's a shit.
God damn, I wish we were like Europe and did everything right.
I know. You know, that's the thing that pisses me off. Again and again, I see people say this over and over, like, you know, if we'd just been like Europe, and then, you know.
They're not saying it now.
But you know what? People have said it today online. They're like, they're like going, yeah, but even though, you know, they did it right, but they'll be going through this now and they'll be done way before us. Because we weren't
selfish like them.
We're so
stupid. We're also lazy.
That one guy didn't wear a mask, so we're all fucked. I don't believe that. But, so I hope that we don't go totally into a lockdown again, because I like to travel. And frankly, I just want to go places.
We won't in Minnesota until after the election.
Oh, that's true. I think
because they don't want another lockdown to tilt the outcome of the election.
Yeah, because if the Democrats we live in a mostly Democrat state, so if they did that, it might push it towards definitely more a red state.
They are concerned, yeah, because they do think there might be some. I don't know. I think they'll end up swapping seats. That's all I think is going to happen.
I don't think it's going to majorly.
They do every election. They just swap seats around. So yeah. I don't care. They're the same freaking party anyway, so I don't give a shit.
I get yelled at often by Democrats for being libertarian. They're like, "It's your fault." I'm like, the state voted Democrat. What did that have to do with me?
Listen. When people are upset with me for voting in 2016 for how I voted, because they still hold a grudge.
I know they do.
I tell them, well, we could have had Gary Johnson for president, but you wasted your vote on Hillary Clinton and she was a loser.
Yep.
Don't you wish you wouldn't have wasted your vote?
If we all just could get together and go, okay, this person, like Joe Jorgensen, is so freaking awesome.
Exactly. And anyone that's not voting for Jorgensen, wasting their vote.
They're wasting their vote.
They're wasting their vote.
I think that's it. Anybody that's voting on somebody that they don't like, they don't think is a good leader, they're wasting their vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not wasting my vote this year.
Nope.
Ha! So, since spin. Because I'm bad.
We're a little ramped up and spicy tonight.
I think so too. It might be the costumes, but I think it's just because the stress level has made us like kind of. I feel
Heather
like
and I have both almost had aneurysms today.
Oh my God! I took a nap because before the show I took a nap because I'm like, if not, I might just have like my vein burst in my neck and fall over. It's so much.
I would kill for a nap.
Oh my God. I know the difference between me and Cara is I am like my father. My father is a man who can fall asleep in a chair and standing sometimes even. And I can sleep just about anywhere if I just like calm the fuck down. So I have, that is my one skill. However, sometimes it's just for half an hour and then I'm awake again. But I'm usually, if I can get a cat nap, then I'm not a psycho. And today I was a little bit of a psycho. I'm sorry if I was a psycho to you or anyone today, because it's like your filter goes off when you're in a bad mood. They're like, oh, could you take care of this? No, do it yourself. And then walk off. They're like, well, you're rude. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is.
I love how you say that and then laugh. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be. People think like because you're nice or you're kind that you are like there to do their bidding. No. No is my favorite word this week. No. I was asked to do an audit for some other department, and I'm like, no. I'm good at saying no this week until I'm like done with all my crap. No. And then I'll be happy to help. I'm back to being a nice Heather, but not this week. And maybe not next week.
I can be nice after the election.
After the election, I'm gonna be sweet as pie. I'll be wearing pink and walking around handing people cookies and going, how you doing today, hon? You all right? And I'm like, no, not today. Today I'm like, what are you? Like, out of my way, minion. That's why I'm Batman. You notice we're both wearing like really dark outfits today too. I think our attraction is to the dark side.
We've gone dark side.
Exactly. We have a friend named Jill who she posted
Baby Yoda can save me from the dark side.
Oh my God, I love Baby Yoda. I'm going to give you guys a secret. I ordered some stuff for a costume, and it's a Baby Yoda costume, but it was
Oh my God.
but my husband was sick, so they made him take a COVID test. He does not have COVID. That I'm just going to announce to everyone. He just had a cold. Now he's like so much better, and he's going back to work tomorrow. But my Baby Yoda costume came on Tuesday, and now I don't get to wear it to my show, and probably not to tomorrow's show either, because he gets there after it starts. So there's no time to get in costume. I wanted the but you know, for the Mandalorian starts this weekend, you know,
It does.
so I can like wear. I'll be wearing like my Baby Yoda costume everywhere for the whole month. I'll just like go into that personality. I love Baby Yoda. I mean, who doesn't? It's insane. And I'm not like a baby person, but holy crap, Baby Yoda. If that's what they look like, I would consider having a Baby Yoda. Although, wouldn't that be kind of disturbing?
I think the ears would hurt coming out.
I think so too. Don't you think they'd roll when they're tiny? Like they'd roll in, sort of like an elephant. They come out.
God, I don't know. It just looks painful.
Yeah, I know that was probably a little too visual for a lot of people right there. But I don't know. Might be worth it to have a Baby Yoda. Okay, not an actual real Baby Yoda because they don't exist in our universe, but we ordered one of those figures like last year when the first Mandalorian show came out, and it was supposed to come this year, and it got pushed back. I don't think we're getting it till December, maybe January now. But let me tell you, when that thing comes, I'm gonna be like the log lady in Twin Peaks carrying that Baby Yoda around, going, "Have you seen my Baby Yoda? Have you seen my Baby Yoda?"
I think that's a good idea.
I think it is too. And actually, I would say it's like a stress animal, or like like kind of like an assistant. It's like, this helps me so I can be around people and not punch them in the face. And they'll go, "You could keep it." I'm like, "Thank you, yay!"
So are you going to be, like, I know last week we talked about you coming here for election night. Are you able to do that?
I am not totally sure yet. I'm still looking at the next day because there's some stuff going on next week at work that is stressful. So I'm hoping I can, but why?
Well, I'm just wondering, because we're probably going to do some live things for LP National.
Ooh.
During the watch party, because if you're having a watch party, we're going to be getting that information out on LP National and having people go live on the LP National Facebook page from their watch party, so people can say hi and all that kind of stuff. So you could,
we could do a watch party.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a watch party set in Burnsville, so we're going to be doing the Minnesota watch party.
Oh, cool.
And then I figure on Wednesday next week, we will know most of our winners. And
I know some of it's going to be weird because
we will look at having some of our newly electeds.
Oh, we could have them on the show.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So we'll do that for Wednesday night next week.
Oh, I hope it's a filled show with tons of great candidates who won. That would be so awesome.
I think it will be. I think it will be very exciting.
I love that. Oh, what that's a great idea. Oh, here's Pat Barnum, the superhero.
Heather does look really good with black hair.
I know. I was like, okay, I got the nobody watches the show Legion. But I did I had a costume I was going to bring to Dragon Con, but I never got a chance to wear it. It was these lady robots that have the black body suits, and then they would have a black mustache. And so I was going to do that, but I just never, like we get distracted with drinking and like hanging out. So I never had a chance to wear it. Plus it's hot in Atlanta. I didn't feel like wearing a mustache or a wig. So I just had this cute wig. And now I'm kind of like, God, I look good with dark hair. I'm thinking maybe I'll go darker, just see. Because I was thinking about that. Thank you.
Just so you all know, Pat Barnum is a frickin' rock star.
She is so
she
good.
did like a lot of the logistics help for the last last rally that we had, and that one was with Spike, and now she is now she is helping with this one, which if she wasn't helping with this one, I wouldn't be on this show because I would have hung myself. And oh my God, she is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible.
She's one of the best people.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Like if
Yay.
like Pat is one of those people where I'm like, she is my role model.
We're not worthy.
Absolutely. When we talk about, absolute rock star libertarian women, that is Pat.
She's like getting embarrassed.
She's a true Minnesotan. Oh no.
No, don't talk about me. No. And then you're like, oh God. But we gotta toot each other's horns a little bit. And when people are doing awesome stuff, that's what we're all about here. And I think people should know that Pat Barnum is a rock star.
Is a rock star.
Yay! See, I was really glad you showed up because, like, we actually talked about you before the show started, even, and how awesome you are. So I was like, yes. So there you go.
I was telling Heather that I was about to have an aneurysm during that meeting that Pat was on with me. She was calling in, so she didn't see my face, but everyone else saw my face, and they were starting to kind of laugh.
Like nervous laugh or like, ha ha ha.
I'm not sure.
Terrified laughter? Like, is she gonna eat someone's face off? Yes. Oh, I love your goblet.
It was one of those moments where you're like, I think the inside of my body has started on fire, and it's not a hot flash.
It's rage fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like when I get that angry, I feel like how Superman's eyes do the red fire laser beams kind of thing. I feel like,
or like on The Boys.
Yes.
Homelander. I was having a Homelander moment.
Oh my God. Did you watch that series? Isn't it crazy?
Yep.
That one's pretty gory, but I will say really good. Stormfront, man. She is like crazy. I mean, like, I don't want to ruin it, but she used social media in a way that I'm like, that's what they would do. And that's how you get control of people. And that's why she's super evil. Also that she's like, racist as and all that, and evil and racist as hell. But yes, so I did see somebody online who did her in a costume, and it was awesome. So I actually, part of me wanted to do that costume because it's so cool, but I also don't want to wear her costume because it's sort of like wearing a Hitler costume. It was so hot, but sort of like dressing like Hitler. You're like, I hate this character, but I love her because I hate her. And I kind of wanted to wear her because she's such a neat character, but I also don't want to wear her. Not this year. Because people have you get the cancel culture shit going down, and it just, you can't even go. I just think it was a neat character. So I don't know. I talked myself out of it, and I hate it.
Why do you like Hitler?
That's the question that would come up. And I would say, I don't. And I really hate Nazis. So, but I also think it's a superhero that is freaking amazing and crazy. It's like, why do you dress as any bad guy? Why would anybody dress as a villain? Do you like hurting people? Do you like murder and mayhem? And it's fun to watch sometimes.
I want to dress like Mabel? She likes murder and mayhem.
Oh my God. Cats are, I think, if you really knew what they're thinking, it would be murder and mayhem all the time. And then noms, murder, a really good nap, and then some more noms, and then a big poop. And a poop, and then run around the house like you're insane.
So I've been working a lot of hours and I've been doing like a lot of computer work.
Oh, yeah.
And Mabel has not been digging it because I'm supposed to sit and look at her, not touch her most of the time, and not look at her directly in the eye, but gaze lovingly upon her form and be ready to give her attention when she wishes it to happen. Right. So that's ideally what's supposed to be happening.
So it's an unwritten rule.
So I'm like focused on my computer and, working and all that kind of stuff. And so that little jerk crawled up my leg. You know, like how kittens crawl up your leg?
She's got talons.
Okay. And she's 15 pounds.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
She ripped my jeans.
Oh, no, Cara.
Yeah, my legs are all clogged up. But yeah, she climbed me like a kitten.
Do you need do you need to hire a cat whisperer to sit with your cat while you're working?
Well, I could hire Bonnie, but Bonnie has scars.
Bonnie's like, I don't want that job.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that job.
What's his name? The Lion King guy. I wonder if he could handle being around Mabel.
I don't know.
Oh man, you aren't a cat tree.
I'm not a cat tree.
No, did you lose like flesh besides the jeans? It's like but
no, she like seriously clawed the hell out of me.
And she probably laughed too. She has this way where she's like, "You had it coming."
Oh, she totally thinks I had it coming because I've been doing work and not paying attention to her. And I'm like, Kitty, election is coming up. Mama got things to do.
But don't care, man.
And she's like, I don't care. But no, she doesn't care that I'm trying to get everything, all the data set for the candidates. And so if some of you get thank you notes and the outside of your envelope is not quite really legible, that's because Mabel was probably helping me write that one by biting my pen as I'm addressing your envelope.
So, there you go. You got a little extra something. And everyone should know that you're handwriting all of those. So I'm just surprised you don't have bloody stumps for hands right now.
Well, and one lucky person, their card has puncture marks into it because Mabel signed their cards with her teeth.
It's a keepsake.
It's a keepsake.
Oh, it says she's a good campaign manager. Would want her slave to work. No, stop. Bad boss.
Yeah.
I love Mabel. She's a handful sometimes. Like, I have 2 cats. Girl cat never bothers me when I'm working or doing meetings. Boy cat, it's like a 50-50 chance. So today he didn't seem interested. So he was more interested when I got the wig out than he wanted to eat it. So I thought it was like
oh, I like your fur.
I want to chew on that.
That's nice.
So, after he had that initial excitement, he's gone now. So I think he's passed out on Andy, who's probably playing video games right now, which is a good gig, but I can't help you with Mabel though. Even the best cat whisperer, I think Mabel is, she's just kind of a wild, loose cannon.
She is her own thing. But we're getting close towards the end. So if people can start thinking about and putting in the notes or in the chat section what their one awesome thing that happened to them this week, and then we can share that. That would be spectacular. So yeah.
Or if we're wearing a costume and you want us to have you on the air, I can send you an invite and you can be on. Just, I'm going to have to preview and make sure you're not like naked or anything. But
right.
No birthday suit costume, really. I mean,
yeah.
Because nobody wants to see that. I'm just going to tell
you. Who is that guy?
What was that guy?
Tubin? Was that it?
Yeah, I think it's right.
Man.
Yeah, no one needs to see that. But if you're wearing a costume too, that could be another thing. And that, to me, it's like this week is one of my favorite good things. And I just think that getting to spend time with you, Cara, is wonderful. Oh, unless it's Mason.
That'll be Friday.
Yeah. Well, I think people need the tension lightened up a bit. So, do you remember in was it the 70s? I mean, this went forever. It was like when I was in college, we'd have outdoor events and there's always a streaker. And I think that went on. I don't even know if it still goes on, but I always thought
mostly the 70s.
But I went to school like in the 90s too, and it was like there. I remember going to one thing and a guy ran naked through, and he had a thing on his head, and I was like, "How can he see?" That was my worry. He was gonna trip
on like baseball fields and stuff like that.
What is it? I mean, like, I never understood that exactly, because to me it's all about costumes and stuff, and I'm like. I mean, like, everybody is a did I say that out loud? It's a pet. Everybody has their own like kind of humility level, like how you feel about your body. Some people are like, I am great, look at me. But like, I don't know how many people actually are like, I'm gonna streak through a football game or whatever, and like that's a good idea in their head. I mean, maybe they're drunk, maybe it's just a thing, but it always seems like at college campuses, there was a naked person. And I always think it's the same guy later. Like, I've been to festivals where they have the whole body stocking costume, which always kind of creep me out. You know, like what I mean? Like, it's a whole like the spandex lycra head to toe. Like it's like they're wearing a body glove, and it's usually a bright color, like a green or something. Yep. And I just think like, and they usually aren't wearing like a cup thing, and it's usually a dude.
They're not wearing a dance belt.
No dance belt, which I'm like going, if you're going to wear that, let me say a pro advice from people who do convention scene, dance belt is your best bet if you want to like wear something really, no matter how good a shape you are, dance belt, because you don't want people to have a total idea of what kind of package you're wielding, unless that's your thing, and maybe that's the whole point. But I always thought dance belt makes you look more streamlined and it looks nicer. And also there's a thing called Spanx. I will say, like, guys are always like, women are liarsons. I'm like, no, Spanx, like, who like if you like knew like the actual human body is lumpy and it's got weird like fat moves in weird ways. Spanx is an awesome thing, and it makes everybody look good. So I'm just like, dudes can wear it too. And the stuff you got, like, if you're feeling self-conscious, you too can look like a movie star if you just wear the right costume undergarments.
Yeah, foundation garments are important.
It is. So I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I actually like, I keep getting these ads for Shaper Mint on my Facebook. So I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna have to buy it and just see if it's any good.
It's Heather's PSA.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not getting paid for this. They should send me a free one since I mentioned it. I could test it and I go, it was true. It's awesome. Or no, all my fat exploded out. It's not worth it. Kabam! Everywhere. So, okay. So now that I've given you all a chance to tell us if you're wearing a costume. Oh, yeah. Pat said about the streaking thing, because I've been on a lot of tangents. It was a big deal as in high school. More than one football game. Right? I don't know if it's like nobody does it anymore. Probably because everybody's on their phones and they'd be afraid that they'd record it and figure out who it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, good things of the week. This has been the last couple weeks have been so hard. My good thing is that my husband did not have COVID. And while we waited, I got to spend a little time with him, and it was really nice. You know?
Nice.
Yeah. It was kind of weird, though, because the whole time we're like, do you have it? Do you not? And it takes them a while to get the test back. So you're just like the whole time, you're like, what do we think? Like, and I'm like, this just seems like a cold to me. But then again, like if we had it, would it be like a cold? I don't know. So we played some video games, and I guess that's how I deal with it. So how about you? What good things
Instead of chicken soup,
Oh
you
yeah.
did video games.
Right? Oh man.
So mine was God, probably 5 or 6 years ago. Costco had these amazing huge jars of pickled asparagus for like cheap, super cheap.
Oh, those are good.
They're back in.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh my
I
God.
bought 6 jars.
Oh,
and I
so
ate a whole jar.
if I can come over to your house, I might help you eat some asparagus.
So that's like, and I loved this asparagus. And when you find pickled asparagus in stores, it's like that little teeny little jar, and it may be $8, it might be $14.
That's usually what I get.
Super expensive, right?
It is.
And this is like, I'm talking a jar.
You're like,
jar.
challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So
I got a jar and I was like, well, let's see if it's okay.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh,
so yes, I went back and I got 6 more jars.
So your house is going to be stinky?
Oh, vile. Well, and I ate like half the jar right before we had the council meeting Tuesday night. And so then we had to break halfway through because it was a really long meeting. And then, everyone runs in there and pees and we run back out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, don't go in the bathroom.
It was so awful.
I love pickled asparagus, so it's so worth it. Oh my God. Oh, this is totally unrelated to anything, but I tried those egg thins for taco shells and I heated them up like you said, and they're awesome. So I made like the mushroom tacos, and that was one of the things. Like I will say, having Cara as a friend is awesome because she'll go, you should try this. And then I'm like, I do. And then I'm like, yes. But my husband, I made him regular like shells for his. So he looked at it and he's like, I don't want that. I'm like, yep, that's fine. I already thought about it. But like 8 calories each. So low. I'm like,
so what these are, and you can get these at Costco too.
Yeah.
And they're about this big. They have smaller ones too, but usually they're this big and they're in a package. They're in the refrigerated area. Usually buy the cheeses and all that kind of shit. And it's an egg thin, right?
Yeah.
It's not a cauliflower one or anything like that. It's really thin and it's kind of delicate.
Oh,
but if you fry it in a pan,
it got a little more sturdy.
Then it's sturdy and you can use it as like to make breakfast burritos. I use them for like making tacos, like all kinds of crap, right? Sandwich wraps, pretty much anything. So, and they're like, seriously, they're like 8 calories.
It's so worth it. And I mean, like, I've been trying to stick to my diet and I'm like, I just want a taco. And then it's like, now I can have a taco because I'm trying to avoid
high protein.
I wanted higher protein. I wanted low carb. And so like, I'm fit in some, like most of my carbs are veggies and stuff, but I do every once in a while have some other, but this is good. And it was so easy. You just fry them up. So thank you, Cara. That's another good thing I will say. Cara's full of good ideas. I feel like
you're full of bad ideas.
And that's what I also like about you, because we have so much fun. Let's do this bad idea. Yes. I love it. Oh my God, we're almost out of time. So nobody on the show is in a costume. I'm bummed, but we did. We did. I am virtuous and smug now. Because I'm Batman.
That's right.
So next week we'll have lots of good news, and it'll be after the election.
We'll go over the election results, and we will have some of the election winners on next week.
I am super, super duper excited because I know we're going to have lots of winners and it's going to be awesome. And as always, if you like our show, think about supporting us on Patreon. I don't know if this will ever happen, but I have to just keep saying it because someday somebody will be like, well, I kind of want to do that. And you're like, well, go ahead. What's stopping you? We wouldn't stop you. So that way Cara could have, instead of marring her beautiful mask with her headset, she could be having a microphone. That is the first thing we will buy. And so if you love Cara, think about sending money. That's all I gotta say. And if not, then you don't love Cara, and you'll make her cry, and we don't need that. Sad Cara is not a good thing. So anyway, happy Halloween, y'all. Have a wonderful week. We will see you next week with lots and lots of good news. And have the best week ever. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't you? Let's see. So take it easy. Bye.